What up, guys? Welcome back. And this week I finally got the last bit of stuff needed for Liz.deck because this was like the toughest shit ever to pull. Anywho, was tempted to buy it but decided not to. Anyway, is Liz.deck from SAO with I will admit a smidgen of non-Liz, but I'll explain that when I get to it because they're actually still pretty good cards. Figured might as well, and it helps consistency in the deck. So yeah, and without further ado, might as well just go ahead and knock this out. So zeros, we'll just go ahead and throw down this right here. We got this level 0 Liz that is a global 500 to other avatar net, and when you use an accelerate ability, specific engine that this runs off of, when you use an accelerate ability, you can pay 1 stock to grab back any character from your waiting room, which is just really good. Basically, combos with the level 1 right here, and I'll explain that when I get to it. So, nextly is Wendy's Smug Face. I mean, Lisbeth's Professional Pride. I'm sorry, that smug face though, it just reminds me of the Wendy's girl from the, you know how they've been posting up the pictures of like the anime version of the Wendy's girl, and it's just like all smug and shit. That's what it reminds me of. But she's a level 0 reverser. She has an accelerate ability, which is really cool. You can deal yourself a damage at the beginning of the climax phase and give a weapon character you control plus 2,500 power, which I've had like 1 copy of each of these sitting in the back row. Use that effect, give someone a buff, use her ability, salvage something back, and really useful. But the fact she's a level 0 reverser is probably the best part. Then, watching the match together, Liz, if the number of cards in your stock, in your opponent's stock, is 3 or less, she gets plus 1,000 power, puts her at a 35, basically a free 35 early game. Pretty good. And then lastly, the only 2 non-Liz cards at level 0 is this Gathering Material Silica. She's also a level 0 reverser, so got like 6 0 reversers in here. And then on play, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's an avatar net, add it to hand, and then discard 1 card. But that's basically it for zeros, is 14. You don't really need a whole bunch of zeros for this deck. If anything, I may increase the number of silicas, but yeah, it's all good. The first climax combo of the deck off of Mace User Liz is actually, I got lucky and got 4 copies of the promo version of Awakened Feelings. Basically, when she attacks, if Awakened Feelings is active, you can pay 1 stock to give all your, I think it's weapon, sorry. Yeah, all your weapon characters specifically, plus 2,500 power, which the original version of this is a blind stock, so it would pay for itself, and plus 1 soul to everybody. But the promo version of this is a 1k1 salvage trigger, and that just seemed to work out a fuck ton better than the other to me. Mostly because you can't control what you blind stock, obviously. Here is the engine, basically the level 1 engine of the deck, is Trusted Skills Liz that gets 500 power for each of your other avatar net characters, and her accelerate ability, which is what you mostly use with the level 0, is at the beginning of your climax phase, do yourself a damage. She gets plus 1 level, so she gets around some level 1 reversers if you happen to see those. And when her battle opponent becomes reversed that turn, you can salvage back a character from your waiting room. So basically, use this effect so she can salvage something on reverse, and then you pay that 1 stock when you do yourself a damage, and basically, off of this, get back 2 characters. So, that's basically how that runs. Then we have the Liz Taige clone, which basically just really simplistic, gets 500 power for each of your other avatar net characters, and basically can become a 65 off of her own ability, and this one can become a 6 off of her ability, which, yeah, it works out. But that's really all the level 1s you need for this, just because you're going to be rolling over stuff and salvaging so much. Also, you don't need as much level 1s because you are going to be using the accelerate stuff and dealing yourself damage on purpose, so you're going to get pushed a level usually quicker. So it's only 12 level 1s. Level 2s is a little bit hefty, but mostly because there's not that many level 3s. There's only 6 level 3s in here. So, first is this level assist Liz. As stated, it's a level assist 500 to the characters in front for every level that they are, and really helps out with one of the level 2s. And on play, you can pay 2 stock to salvage a character from your waiting room. It can be very useful if you need to get a whole bunch of stock out and dig some climaxes out of your stock. So you end up having to pay like 3 for that total. Then is the Letha backup. It's a 2500 backup. When you play it, you top check. You reveal the top card of your deck. If it's an avatar net, you add it to your hand and then discard a card. And the usefulness behind that is it helps dig you closer to a potential cancel. If you reveal the top card, you see it's a climax anyway, you're like, well, this deck's getting negated, you're straight anyway. So then you're all good. So then 3 copies of Mob Hunting Together Liz. Also buffs herself 500 power for each of your other avatar net characters. And then a really weird ability, but it kind of plays into maybe the level 3 if you end up using it for this. When she attacks, you can pay 1 stock and choose one of your opponent's characters, and that character gets -1 level. Which, you'll see how that kind of plays in once I get to the level 3 Liz. Well, the original level 3 Liz. The secondary climax combo of the deck is off of Seeking Warmth and this. Basically, the only effect of it is, when this attacks, if Seeking Warmth is active, you can pay 1... Yeah, sorry, I had to look at it again. Okay, you can pay 1 stock to get back 2 characters from your waiting room to hand, and then she gets an additional 1,000 power for the turn. So off of just this and the climax, she can become a 10k. So still be able to beat stuff in the face before anything else. So, and then that's also a 1k1 salvage trigger for that. So then that's all the level 2s. So that's 6, so 10 level 2s, but it's kind of necessary for this. Sorry, recovering from some sinuses, so I can't hardly talk. Alright, so then 4 copies of Liz's Shining Smile. See, she's so happy. So, but on play, you can look at the top card of your deck and either put it on the bottom, leave it on the top of the deck, or put it into your waiting room. So, if you feel like you're trying to poke for like exact damage, that can help. If you see a crit or whatever, and you're like, I don't want this right now. So, also on play, she gets a 500. She gets a buff, 500 power for each of your avatar net characters. She counts herself. So full field, when you play her, she becomes a 12/5. Pretty good. And her ability that can potentially combo with the Mob Hunting. When her battle opponent becomes reversed, you can pay 1 stock to choose one of your opponent's level 2 or lower characters and put it on top of their deck. So if you swing with this and you can target one of their level 3s, as long as their level 3 doesn't have like hexproof or whatever, make it become a level 2, then swing with this Liz and maybe put that level 3 on top of their deck after she reverses the character. So it's kind of a combo that you can do, but it doesn't happen that much. And then lastly, finally got to. This Liz actually can be played early if the number of climaxes in your waiting room is 2 or less. She also gets 500 power for each of your other avatar net characters. The trend with Liz is just she buffs herself like crazy. She also has basically a heal on play, quote unquote, but it's in the form of getting stock. On play, you discard a card on play to send the top card of your clock to the top of your stock. So she kind of pays, off of that, she pays for half of her stock cost. And it's technically a heal, but it gets around heal tax like Hibiki. So it's just those 6 level 3s. And we hate to see anti-salvage, but 8 salvage triggers. So 4 and 4, and luckily I got 4 of the promo. But that is it for bestgirl.deck, because it took me forever to wait for the fucking re-edit set, and happy smile. Thank y'all for watching. Please subscribe if you have not already, and we will see y'all on the flip side. Peace.